Chapter 8: Development and Self-Concept. Theories of attitude and behavior change offer valuable insights into the processes of persuasion and behavior modification. These theories elucidate how individuals are influenced by factors such as social norms, cognitive dissonance, and the persuasive tactics employed by others. Understanding these mechanisms can inform strategies for promoting positive behaviors and attitudes, both on an individual and societal level. Persuasion, attitude change, and the elaboration likelihood model highlight three main characteristics that impact how individuals are influenced by messages: message characteristics, source characteristics, and target characteristics. To review, the elaboration likelihood model proposes two processing routes, central and peripheral. The central route involves deep processing of information and leads to lasting attitude changes, while the peripheral route involves shallow processing and results in temporary attitude changes. Reciprocal determinism, according to the social cognitive theory, emphasizes the interaction between a person's behaviors, personal factors, and environment. Developed by Bandura, this theory underscores the bidirectional relationship between cognition, environment, and behavior, illustrating how they influence each other. Personal control, including concepts like locus of control, learned helplessness, and the tyranny of choice, is a crucial aspect of social cognitive theory. Internal locus of control, where individuals believe they can control their fate, is associated with better outcomes in academics, work, and mental health. Learned helplessness demonstrates how perceived lack of control can lead to a sense of helplessness, affecting behavior. Conversely, too much control can lead to decision paralysis and dissatisfaction, known as the tyranny of choice. Finding a balance in personal control is essential for well-being, as some control can enhance happiness, while excessive control can lead to negative outcomes. Self-control is the ability to manage impulses and delay immediate gratification in favor of long-term goals. It involves resisting short-term temptations that may conflict with our overarching values and objectives. One well-known experiment illustrating self-control is the marshmallow test, where children were given the choice to eat a marshmallow immediately or wait for a later reward of 2 marshmallows. Those who demonstrated the ability to delay gratification tended to exhibit better life outcomes later on. The concept of ego depletion suggests that self-control is a finite resource, akin to a muscle that can be both strengthened and depleted with use. Studies have shown that exerting self-control in one's task can diminish one's ability to exert it in subsequent tasks. However, self-control can be improved through various methods, including environmental changes, operant conditionings, and classical conditioning. Self-identity plays a crucial role in how individuals perceive and evaluate themselves. It comprises self-concept, which is an individual's awareness of themselves, and social identity, which involves their identification with social groups. The development of self-concept begins with an existential self, recognizing one's distinctiveness from others, followed by a categorical self, understanding one's attributes and how they compare to others. This process involves learning characteristics such as age, gender, skills, and social comparisons. Carl Rogers, a proponent of humanistic theory, proposed that self-concept consists of 3 components: self-image, self-esteem, and ideal self. Self-image refers to how we perceive ourselves, self-esteem reflects the value we place on ourselves, and the ideal self represents our aspirations. When the ideal self aligns with the real self, it fosters a positive self-concept. However, incongruity between the two can lead to inner conflict. The social identity theory sheds light on how individuals categorize themselves and others into groups based on various attributes like race or profession. This categorization leads to prejudgments about others, followed by identification with the group, where individuals adopt the behaviors associated with their group, fostering a sense of belonging. Social comparison, the final step, involves comparing one's group with others to maintain self-esteem, often leading to intergroup competition and prejudice. Self-esteem, self-efficacy, and locus of control are crucial aspects of individual psychology. Locus on control, another important concept, reflects the extent to which individuals believe they can control events in their lives. Internally oriented individuals attribute outcomes to their own actions, whereas externally oriented individuals attribute events to external factors. Both self-esteem and self-efficacy can vary independently of each other, and locus of control involves how individuals perceive and react to events in their lives. Theories of development offer insights into the changes that occur throughout the lifespan, with each stage building upon the previous one. Freud's psychosexual theory emphasizes early childhood as a critical period for personality development, proposing 5 stages where successful completion leads to healthy outcomes. Failure to resolve issues in any stage can result in fixation. Erikson's psychosocial development theory extends beyond childhood, suggesting that personality and identity continue throughout life. Each of his 8 steps includes overcoming conflicts, and success or failure at each stage influences overall functioning. Vygotsky's sociocultural development theory emphasizes the role of social interactions, cultural beliefs, and language in learning. He believed children actively learn through hands-on processes and internalize interactions with others to develop higher cognitive functions. Kohlberg's moral development theory focuses on moral reasoning, exploring the distinction between right and wrong. Moral reasoning progresses through 3 stages, with 2 sub-stages spanning 6 levels in total. While Freud and Erikson focus on personality development, Vygotsky and Kohlberg were interested in cognitive development. Freud's psychosexual development theory outlines the stages through which psychological development occurs in childhood, with a focus on tension and pleasure. The concept of libido, a sexual energy source or drive, plays a crucial role, with fixation occurring when there is unresolved tension, leading to lifelong effects. The mnemonic, "Old age parrots love grapes," helps remember the stages: oral, anal, phallic, latent, and genital. Each stage corresponds to a different part of the body where libido is centered. The oral stage, from birth to 1 year, centers around the mouth, crucial for sucking and eating. Fixation here can lead to dependency or aggression issues, as seen in habits like smoking or biting fingers. The anal stage, from ages 1 to 2, focuses on the anus, particularly during toilet training. Successful resolution fosters control and independence, while fixation may result in issues with orderliness and messiness. In the phallic stage, from ages 3 to 6, children become aware of gender differences and may experience the Oedipus complex, which is the desire for the opposite sex parent. Resolution occurs through identification with the same-sex parent, though fixation can lead to sexual dysfunction. The latent period, from ages 6 to 12, is categorized by a lack of libido focus, allowing for exploration and development of social and intellectual skills. Fixation does not typically occur during this stage. The genital stage marks the return of libido focus, with strong sexual interests emerging. Individuals prioritize the needs of others, indicating mental health if no fixation occurs. Erikson's psychosocial development theory, heavily influenced by Freud, expands on the idea of developmental stages but emphasizes the influence of culture and society. Unlike Freud, Erikson believed that growth could occur throughout one's life, not just in the childhood. He posited that each of his 8 stages involved a crisis between individual needs and societal demands. Successful resolution of each stage results in the acquisition of basic virtues and a healthy personality, while failure may hinder progression to subsequent stages. In the trust versus mistrust stage, from birth to year 1, infants learn to trust each other if their needs are consistently met, leading to the virtue of hope. Failure to develop trust may result in suspicion or fear. The autonomy versus shame or doubt stage goes from 1 to 2 years, involves developing independence and willpower. Overcoming controlling parents can lead to feelings of inadequacy and shame. During the initiative versus guilt stage, years 3 to 5, children explore their environment and develop a sense of purpose. However, excessive criticism can lead to guilt and inhibition of creativity. In the industry versus inferiority stage, ages 6 to 12, children strive for competence and seek approval from others. Failure to achieve industry may result in feelings of inferiority. Adolescence, ages 12 to 18, is marked by the identity versus role confusion stage, where individuals explore their sense of self and strive for a sense of belonging. Failure to establish a coherent identity can lead to rebellion or unhappiness. The intimacy versus isolation stage in early adulthood involves forming intimate relationships. Failure to achieve intimacy may lead to feelings of loneliness or isolation. In middle adulthood, which is 40 to 65 years, individuals face the generativity versus stagnation stage, where they focus on contributing to society and nurturing the next generation. Failure to do so may result in a sense of stagnation. Finally, in late adulthood, ages 65 and up, individuals confront the integrity versus despair stage, reflecting on the lives and accomplishments. Those who feel unproductive may experience despair and dissatisfaction. Vygotsky, a pioneering figure in developmental psychology, delved deeply into the sociocultural aspects of human development. He emphasized the crucial role that social interaction plays in shaping cognition. Specifically, he focused on how children's interactions with others and their environment contribute to the development of higher-order thinking skills. According to Vygotsky, infants start with 4 basic mental functions: attention, sensation, perception, and memory. These form the foundation for more complex mental processes, termed higher mental functions. Vygotsky proposed that these higher functions are cultivated through interactions with a knowledgeable, quote, tutor, such as a parent or a teacher who serves as a model for learning. Central to Vygotsky's theory is the concept of independent learning and thinking, which he believes relies on cooperative and collaborative dialogue with a more knowledgeable other. He introduced the notion of the zone of proximal development, which denotes the range between what a learner cannot do independently and what they can achieve with assistance. Within this zone, Vygotsky argued, is where the most effective instruction and guidance should occur. He also taught that language serves as the primary vehicle for transmitting information from adults to children and plays a pivotal role in intellectual adaptation. He observed that children often engage in private or internal speech, talking aloud to themselves as a way to plan activities and strategies. This self-directed speech aids in their cognitive development and underscores the importance of language in shaping thought process. Kohlberg's theory of moral development stands distinct from previous theories, but shares a foundation in cognitive development akin to Vygotsky's framework. His focus lay in understanding how individuals cultivate their moral reasoning over time, observing shifts in moral perspectives as people mature. Employing a unique method, Kohlberg engaged children with moral dilemmas, most notably the Heinz dilemma. In this scenario, Heinz's wife is dying, and he resorts to stealing a life-saving drug due to its unaffordable price. By probing children's responses to variations of this tale, Kohlberg discerned distinct moral stages. The pre-conventional stage typifies pre-adolescence moral thinking. Here, individuals weigh actions based on the fear of punishment or the notion of fair exchange. Conventional stage is when moral reasoning is shaped by societal norms and expectations. Individuals seek approval from others, striving to conform to perceived social standards, or prioritizing and maintaining social order, or law and order. Post-conventional stage reflects a more nuanced moral outlook. At this level, individuals recognize the flexibility of societal rules and prioritize ethical principles over strict adherence to laws. Concepts like the social contract and universal ethical principles emerge, where individuals consider the greater good and personal moral codes, even if they conflict with legal statutes. Kohlberg's theory illustrates a progression from simplistic rule-based thinking to complex moral reasoning, with implications for understanding individual ethical development across the lifespan. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked the video, be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and come back to it later. We will dive into Chapter 9 in the next episode. Take care.